Right. Let's dive into something a little different today.
Oh.
Viagra,
Okay, interesting.
but not like a biology lesson or anything.
Right.
We're looking at this Reddit thread, and it's hilarious, but also it's insightful. You know, it's about this guy.
Okay.
He wants spontaneity, but he's got to plan around his medication.
That's an interesting tension right there.
All right. It's a real dilemma.
Yeah, it is.
So many people can relate to that,
Yep.
like wanting that spark, but also needing to be practical.
Exactly.
Okay, so this guy, the original poster,
Yeah.
he's 33. He's prescribed Viagra, all good.
Right.
But he doesn't want to kill the mood by, like, asking his wife,
Oh, I see.
hey, are we doing this tonight? Before he takes it.
Makes sense.
So Reddit, of course, explodes with advice.
I bet.
Some of it's practical, some of it's,
Wild.
totally wild. Like pretending to be a naked man.
What?
I know, right?
Oh my God.
Or having his wife slip it in his drink.
No.
I'm telling you, it's hilarious. That is pretty funny.
But it shows how much anxiety there is around this stuff, you know?
Yeah, definitely. People use humor to deflect,
Totally.
especially with sensitive topics.
So back to the main issue.
Yep.
He wants to skip that awkward, are we having fun tonight conversation.
Right.
But how do you do that when you need the medication?
That's the question.
And that's where everyone's suggesting Cialis.
Ah, Cialis.
They last way longer, like 36 hours.
Oh, wow. That's a lot longer than Viagra.
Right. So more flexibility, more spontaneity.
That makes sense.
You wouldn't have to time it perfectly.
Yeah, just take it and be ready.
Exactly. But of course, got to talk to the doctor first, right?
Of course, always consult a healthcare professional.
We're just exploring the ideas here.
Right. Not giving medical advice.
Now, this is where it gets interesting. Get this.
Okay, I'm listening.
Some people are suggesting a sex schedule.
A schedule, like literally scheduling it in.
Yeah, set times for intimacy. No more guesswork, maybe even builds anticipation. I can see how it would, but it also sounds a little...
Unromantic.
Yeah, a little...
It's definitely controversial.
rightly so.
Some people love it. They say it reduces anxiety.
And keeps intimacy a priority.
Exactly. Especially when life gets busy.
True, but for others, it just feels too forced.
Absolutely. Not for everyone.
Definitely not.
Now, one comment I thought was really interesting.
Yeah.
Someone said he should do the dishes to get his wife in the mood.
Do the dishes. Okay.
It sounds like a joke, right?
Yeah, at first.
But it actually brings up this idea of acts of service,
Oh, I see.
like showing love and appreciation.
Right, and potentially increasing desire.
So it's not just about the medication. It's about,
Creating a positive environment.
exactly, fostering that
Like
connection.
speaking her love language.
Exactly, if that's what she responds to.
It's about setting the stage for intimacy.
Rather than just relying on a pill.
Exactly. And this brings us to something really important.
What's that?
Communication.
Oh,
So many people were telling him, talk to your wife.
it can be a tough conversation, but
Imagine the relief if they just...
we're honest with each other.
Right. No more guessing, just open communication.
And if she understands the situation,
Maybe she'll be more receptive to finding solutions together.
that's so important, building that trust and understanding.
Absolutely. Communication is key for intimacy.
You know, it's amazing how this simple question about Viagra,
Yeah.
it sparked this whole conversation about
Intimacy and communication.
exactly the things that really matter in a relationship.
It really makes you think.
It does. It makes you think about how we approach these things.
And how important it is to talk about them openly and honestly.
Absolutely. So much wisdom in this Reddit thread.
Oh, no.
Right. It's not just memes and jokes.
There's real depth there sometimes.
Like a hidden gem.
Sometimes you find the most profound insights in the most unexpected places.
That's so true.
So true.
Well, I think we've only just scratched the surface here.
Oh, yeah. There's so much more to unpack.
So stay tuned for part 2 of this deep dive.
We'll be right back after the break. So, thinking about Cialis, it makes sense that so many people jumped on that.
Oh, definitely. Especially if spontaneity is the goal.
Right. It takes the pressure off with that longer window.
No more timing everything perfectly.
And maybe fewer awkward conversations, too.
Exactly. But like we said before, got to talk to the doctor first.
Oh, absolutely. Always. Always.
Just exploring the ideas here, you know?
Right. Not giving medical advice.
It's amazing, though, the variety of advice in that thread.
Oh, yeah. From, seriously practical to...
I know, out
Wow.
there,
Totally.
card games, sneaking off to the bathroom. It's wild.
I think it's a way to coat,
With the anxiety.
Yeah, like sex and intimacy, those can be
Oh, loaded topics for sure.
big time. And humor helps.
Lightens the mood.
Exactly. Makes it feel less taboo.
Plus, the internet, right? You can be anonymous.
That's huge, like a virtual support group.
Share your experiences without judgment.
And sometimes the advice is just more relatable.
Than from, like, a doctor's office.
Yeah, totally. It's like talking to a friend.
But with no one knowing who you are.
Exactly. And there's another interesting point in the thread.
Oh, yeah.
Some people were wondering, what if it's actually the wife?
With the lower libido.
Yeah, we only have his side of the story.
Right. We don't know their whole dynamic.
Exactly, which is why communication is so important.
It's easy to get caught up in assumptions.
Totally. There could be so many reasons.
Maybe she's stressed, tired, hormonal. Who knows?
Right, or just not feeling as connected.
That's a big one.
Huge. And instead of blaming, they need to
Talk to each other.
openly and honestly. That's the key.
Create a safe space where they can both say,
What they need, what they want.
without judgment,
It could be as simple as reassurance.
that he finds her desirable, even without the medication.
Right. Or maybe there are deeper issues.
Either way, communication is the way to find solutions.
A solution that works for both of them.
And another thing that struck me was people were surprised he was having issues at 33.
Oh, I saw that too.
Like erectile dysfunction is an old man's problem.
Right. It's just not true.
It can affect anyone at any age.
There are so many potential causes.
Stress, anxiety, underlying health conditions.
It's a reminder that everyone's different.
And there's no shame in seeking help.
Talk to your doctor. There are treatments.
And it's not just about the physical stuff either.
Right. Emotional side is huge.
Even with medication, you got to feel confident and connected,
It's about a holistic approach.
addressing both the physical and the emotional.
Exactly. For a truly satisfying experience.
You know, this whole deep dive has been so eye-opening.
It really has. What started as a Viagra question?
Turned into this exploration of
Intimacy, communication, relationships.
and how complex they can be.
They're constantly evolving.
And we face challenges, we adapt, we learn.
That's the beauty of it.
And sometimes it's just messy and awkward.
That's real life.
And that's okay. It's
Well,
part of the journey.
It's what makes each relationship unique.
And you know what? Sometimes you just need a little humor.
Oh, yeah. Laughter is essential.
It definitely makes things easier.
It helps us get through the tough stuff.
Like a release valve.
Exactly. And I think we've had some good laughs with this one.
We have, but we've also learned a lot.
About communication, intimacy, and how relationships change.
And if you're out there facing your own dilemmas,
Remember, you're not alone.
talk to your partner. Be honest. Seek advice.
From a therapist, a friend, even online communities.
You might be surprised by what you find.
Sometimes the most unexpected places.
Have the best advice and support.
And who knows, maybe our original poster will give us an update.
We're rooting for you, buddy.
They are. We're all in this together.
It's kind of amazing, this whole Reddit thing.
It is, it shows you the power of online communities.
People sharing, advising, even finding humor in tough topics.
Yeah, it's like a safe space to open up,
Totally. No judgment.
And they can connect with others who get it.
Who've been there, done that.
Exactly. And get insights you might not find elsewhere.
Let's be real. Talking about erectile dysfunction.
Not exactly light conversation.
Right. But on the internet.
Anonymity helps.
Big time. You can let your guard down.
And be real, get real about these issues.
And it's not just about solutions.
No, it's about feeling seen, feeling validated.
Knowing you're not alone in this.
Sometimes that's just as important as the advice.
So, what have we learned? What's the takeaway?
I think it reminds us that intimacy,
It's not a one-and-done thing.
it changes, it evolves.
What worked before might not work now.
Relationships take effort.
Communication, being willing to adapt,
Trying new things, being honest about what you need.
and embracing the awkwardness.
Oh, there's always going to be awkwardness.
Right. That's relationships for you.
Exactly. It's part of what makes them special.
It's those shared experiences, the
Yeah.
vulnerability.
But working through those challenges together,
That brings you closer.
absolutely strengthens the bond.
And sometimes you just got to laugh about it.
Oh, yeah. Humor is essential.
It helps us get through the rough patches.
Absolutely. It's like a pressure valve.
I think we've had some good laughs with this one.
Definitely. But also some real insights.
About intimacy, communication, how relationships change.
It's all connected.
So if you're out there listening and you're struggling,
Remember, you're not alone.
talk to your partner, be honest, don't be afraid to ask for help.
Therapy, a friend, even an online community.
You never know where you'll find support.
Sometimes the most unexpected places.
Have the best advice and the kindest hearts.
And who knows, maybe our guy from Reddit will update us.
We're rooting for you, man.
We are sending positive vibes.
Well, that wraps up this deep dive.
Wow, that went by fast.
It did, but we covered a lot of ground.
We did, and I think it was really valuable.
I hope our listeners got something out of it.
Me too. It's always a pleasure to explore these topics.
And to share these conversations with everyone.
Exactly. We're all in this together, learning and growing.
And laughing along the way.
Always laugh.
So until next time, keep exploring, keep connecting.
And keep the conversation going.
We'll see you on the next deep dive.